All right, this is Suzanne Shaw with Shaw Hockey Productions standing here with Cooper Robinson of Valor. All right, Cooper, tell us a little about yourself and how long you've been playing with Valor.
I'm the Valor varsity goalie. This is my first year at Valor as a freshman, and yeah.
All right, awesome. And so I saw a post earlier today from your dad that posted about you doing amazing things and giving back. So can you tell us a little bit about that right now?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is it's a part of October Saves, which is a way for us to raise money for breast cancer awareness research. And a way you can get there is just go to octobersaves.org and then go to Find a Goalie, and you can look up a goalie and donate anywhere. You can donate to me or just any goalie there is, and it's a great way to donate to the research and help people in need.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds amazing. So, I mean, you're here. There's a lot of people going to be watching this game and hopefully re-watching this game. So, hopefully being able to donate to Mr. Cooper Robinson. And Cooper, why did you decide this charity? Why did you decide October Saves? What was behind this?
I decided to do this because when I was about 10 years old, one of my really good friends that I've been playing with a long time, his mom was diagnosed with breast cancer and lost the battle in around June 2016. So I just think it's a really good cause because I have a connection to it through that, and that's why I'm doing it.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. So what grade are you in right now?
I'm a freshman, 9th grade.
Okay, you're only a freshman, and you're already giving back. It's your first year at Valor. You made the varsity team. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, very.
Awesome. Okay, so tell us the website one more time with your name so they can look you up as they're watching this and donate to Cooper's cause.
The website is octobersaves.org, and you can go to Find a Goalie and search up my name, Cooper Robinson, and donate there.
All right. So thank you very much, Cooper, and to all the Valor fans out there, go Eagles.
And good evening from the Ice Ranch in Littleton, Colorado. This is Colorado Prep Hockey. Tonight's featured matchup is the Valor Eagles versus the visiting Monarch Coyotes. I'm Manny Furtado for Shaw Hockey, and I'm joined here by Blake Buchanan. Blake, You're here doing your first game on color here, and you are a Valor grad as well, so welcome to the booth. Glad to have you.
Thank you. Much appreciated. This is definitely going to be a pioneering experience for me. I graduated from Valor in 2018 after playing 2 years under George Gwozdecki, and it is an honor to be back, that is for sure.
And it's fantastic. We're just about ready to start. Valor Eagles are dressed in their white, trimmed out in blue. In goal is Chase Ruth, number 31. For Monarch, they're in their black and gold. And in goal there is, believe it, number 30, JT Harland. So Harland's in goal on one end, Ruth at the other. We're just about ready to start. And Jack Majewski, one of the leading scorers here for Valor. He's flanked by Owen Walsh on one side and Ryder Price on the other. And on the opposite side, it's going to be Adam MacArthur. He's lined up with Jack Davila and Gabe Harrison. We're underway, and we've got 17 minutes on this first period, and Valor will ice the puck to start things off here in the first 7 seconds. And so I think the last time I saw you on the ice, it was, I think it was when you were playing Thunderbirds there. So it's been a little bit, Blake. So
it has been a long time, certainly.
Face off to the left-hand side of Ruth. It's won by Monarch, and Monarch punches it down, picked back up by Owen Walsh. He looks for an outlet as he works up through center. Tumbling there was 45 Harrison. Puck has moved back up to the point and back down low. Picked up by Price. Price works out of the corner, stumbling, but he's able to pick it back up, and the puck, bouncing off of a couple of players, is now finally handled by number 8 MacArthur, the centerman. Pokes it free over to Harrison. Harrison picks it up, but he's flanked there quickly. And he's taken down into the corner and canceled there as Price comes in and sweeps it up on his backhand. Moves it back over to the left-hand side. Punch pass, and here comes the breakout. Majewski brings it in, and he's poked off of his stick. And the bouncing puck picked back up and put over into the corner nicely. As it gathering it in was Aiden Owen. Owen sends it right in the slot area, and it just goes off the stick there of number 14, Owen Walsh. Here comes Monarch with a break, but a poke check from behind. Nicely done by Ryan Kaiser. He disrupts that. Puck picked up and right on the side of the cage, but it's hoisted way up and into the rafters. Comes back over, back behind the cage, working it free as Kaiser. He works it back up the half boards, and it's stymied there by stepping in was number 16, Bertzlaff, the big defenseman. Puck comes back up to the point, handled by Klein. Klein's shot gets deflected, never got through, as getting a stick on it there was number 21, Blake Rollison. Puck comes back over to center ice as the Eagles look for a line change, and Kaiser has the puck. He puts it back in deep, and the action continues. Klein works it back up the left wing boards, and it's back out to center, where Jake McCall, the senior, moves it back over his defensive partner, Ryan Kaiser. Kaiser goes for a line change. Meanwhile, the puck is back behind. Hot pass over off the left-hand boards. Puck comes back out to center, squirts free, and McCall has it. McCall back over to Carson Lloyd. Lloyd works it back up through and off of Buchanan's stick. Buchanan looking for it. Lloyd punch pass down off the end boards, and it's poked there. Shot jammed up on the near side, and Buchanan had the puck. And the referee, who's on one knee, I don't know if he thought it was covered or if he needed a break.
I believe that they called it due to the referee taking a spill here on the left side. He fell and was slow to get up, but it appears that he is okay.
So the faceoff will come over to the right-hand side of JT Harland. We're at the 14:47 mark of this first period. We're scoreless. Puck is, and it splits the defense, and chasing it back is number 11, Morona. Morona, the sophomore, Nicholas Morona, moves it back over to center ice, and it was picked up nicely, but bounces off of Majewski. Finally picked back up over on the right-hand side, coming back over to Morona, takes the shot, and it's jammed up right on the near side. And right on the doorstep there, the Eagles' best chance of the game, as number 20, Noah Fekete, was right there on the left-hand side of JT Harland.
It was a nice play by Fekete to get inside and get a quick shot off, and a great save by the tender from the Monarch Coyotes.
Fekete has Cooper Majewski over on the wall. He works it back up. Here's Lloyd's blast, and that one is ricocheted in the near side corner. Couple of bodies going after it there. MacArthur comes up with it with speed. MacArthur's got Harrison on one side, takes it in. He'll put the shot in. It gets deflected up and into the netting by Chase Ruth, the senior. You saw the speed there. That's that top line for Monarch. MacArthur Devlia and Harrison. Puck comes back up to the point, glances off of, and looking for it there. The puck comes back over to the near side where Skatina punches it back down low. Back behind the cage. Looking for it there was number 56, Devia. And coming away with it is MacArthur. MacArthur on the edge of the circle, moves it back up high. The shot gets deflected, never got through, bouncing over on the circle, picked right back up and swept in by Zeigert. Zeigert goes all the way, and the puck comes over to the left-hand side, working his way in from his deep position there, Devia. And Devia back up high. Here's the shot, ricochets off of Majewski's shin pad, and the bouncing puck makes its way back to Monarch's end quickly. Zeigert puts it back in. He'll go for a line change, and watching it over on the far side was Carson Lloyd. Lloyd tucks it back behind the cage. And starting again there is Kaiser. Kaiser tries to work it back up, and it comes back out to center, and sweeping back in is number 57, Freed. Freed with some speed, sidesteps one, but loses the puck there. And Majewski's able to move it back over to Lloyd. Lloyd bounces it off the wall. Intended target was Price. Couldn't get it. Now he tucks it back up. Here's the drive, and another one gets blocked, and that one never got through. Price streaking through. He's held up briefly by Creeder. Meanwhile, Price sweeps it back in with one hand, takes the shot from a sharp angle. Puck comes back up to the point, back over to the right-hand side. And this shot gets deflected, never got through as Carter Charles took that shot. Meanwhile, this one goes up and into the netting and out of play. 12:40 remaining in this first period. We're scoreless.
There were a couple of really solid sustained shifts from Monarch there in the offensive zone. Their forecheck was on fire, and for 2 shifts, Valor was really on their heels. They had to get into shooting lanes, and they did a good job of that, and now they've forced the offensive faceoff.
Evan Payos will take this faceoff. He's the center man. He wins it directly back over to McCall. McCall looking for an outlet pass to Payos, and he buries it. Payos scores, and Valor leads 1-0 at the 12:37 mark.
That's a tic-tac-toe, pristine passing play from the Valor offense. Payos getting the tally on the final.
And you were just saying Monarch had some good sustained pressure, but there was that top line for George Gwozdecki. And Payos gets the goal, making it 1-0 at this 12:37 mark. They'll stay out there. They're going out against the third line here for Monarch, and that is Felt at centerman, chasing his man down. He's able to effectively put a check on. Meanwhile, Logan Buchanan comes in, puts up the puck over to Rollison. Payos sweeps in, puts it back up high. McCall sweeping shot right on the doorstep. Second opportunity. Rollison had it. Here's another one, and this one just gets deflected wide by Ryan Kaiser. Kaiser, the defenseman, steps in low, picks it back up, and the puck is swept back over. Back up the left wing boards, held in. McCall winds one. This one, bouncing puck, loose puck. Who's coming up with it? It's Trainer. Trainer sends one up through, glances off of a Monarch player, and McCall has it. McCall tumbles there. He regains, picks up, cleans up the spilled milk himself, and sends it back out to center. Puck drifts all the way to Creeder. Creeder is able to hand it back off. Monarch tries to work it back up through center, back off of Kaiser's boot, and Kaiser sends it off the mid-ice boards. And it goes for an icing call here at the 11:40 mark. Valor leads 1-0 on Payos. Payos goal just inside of that circle. He set up there, Blake, and he had all day there, and he found the top half of the net there.
Absolutely. Valor Christian was able to get in there and do some good things after the sustained pressure from Monarch, really changing the tide.
Skatina takes the shot off of Mallinger's face-off win, and Skatina chases it back here as the pressure coming from Mason McConnell on that fourth line for Valor. Puck is swept over to the far side. It's worked up the left wing boards, held in by Valor. Here's a shot gloved out by JT Harlan. He saw it the whole way. JT Harlan has a .888 save percentage and a 3.97 goals against average here in the handful of games that he's been in. And there he covers up and holds it as Valor keeps the pressure on deep in Monarch's territory.
It was a good shot from Anders Glossinger coming off the right wing boards. And
Glossinger lines up there versus Mallinger. And the puck Goes over to the half boards, and it's worked up there, and it's able to be swept out by Richards. Richards looking for Mallinger. Aaron Mallinger has it taken off his stick by a matching 11. That's Morona for Valor. Puck is back behind the cage and coming away with it, and the centering feed gets tipped aside nicely by number 18, Ben Larson, the big sophomore for Valor. Puck comes over to the near side, and sweeping in and absorbing the check nicely was number 12, Jackson Braun. Braun's able to put it down low for Monarch. He'll go for a line change, and being held up there is Aiden Owen. Owen gets a little support, and it's a 3-on-2 advantage for Valor. And sweeping, we've got the game's first penalty, and it's going to be taken by number 56, the big forward, Jack Davia. And Davia goes to the box here for the first power play of the game, which goes to Valor here at the 10:31 mark.
The referee was really forced to call that one. It was a hard-working penalty. Valor was definitely on their heels in the defensive zone, and they just kept their legs moving. The stick gets in there. It's an unfortunate call, but Valor is hoping to take advantage with their top line out here for their first power play of the game.
He almost hesitated, and you saw everybody kind of looking at the referee. Is he going to make the call or not?
Absolutely.
So the top line out there now for Coach Gwozdecki, and things get started with McCall. McCall moves it back over to Rollison on the far side. Rollison chips it in. He'll chase it, but he gets held up there, and the puck is swept up the near side boards. McCall with a little backhander, but it's held up nicely by the boot of number 8, MacArthur. MacArthur holds his man off, looking for the man right in the middle as he thought he had him. And that would have been a nice short-handed opportunity for the Monarch Coyote. McCall brings it back up, sweeps it back, and into center ice. And Monarch is able to take it and whips it back all the way down to Ruth's cage back behind there. And looking for it was Buchanan. Buchanan looked to start things up, but a good forecheck pressure and a tough pass, but it's on the mark to Ryan Kaiser, the defenseman. He leads things up, back over to Buchanan. Shot, goal! And Buchanan buries it, and again he finds that right-hand side of the net, and Buchanan gets a power play goal, making it 2-0 Valor.
After McCall fumbled it here on the left side, they were able to keep their composure and come back for a nice breakout, pristine passing, stretching the ice, doing really well, and they're able to find Buchanan in the center ice, and he puts a nice shot just right below the blocker side.
So that's the second goal that's gone over on the right-hand side there of J.T. Harlan. We'll see if the Eagles continue to look for that right-hand side of the cage. Let's get you back up. And Valor works it back in, and chasing it down is number 22, Cooper Majewski, and Majewski sweeps it back up the left wing boards, chasing it and stepping in from his deep position nicely over on the far side, keeping the play alive. But the puck is worked back by Monarch back out to center only momentarily as Charles sweeps it back in. Klein sends it back over to the left-hand side. Chopped at, not out, held in, and looking for Fekete there, but it gets past him, and again, it's swept up by Klein, who moves it back over to the left wing boards. Cooper Majewski puts it on, and this shot is redirected over the high glass over on the near side. 8:44 remaining in this first period. Valor leads 2-0.
One of the more impressive feats that I've noticed in Noah Fekete as a sophomore. Last year playing in the state final game, he was an absolute pest. He was just all over the puck forechecking, and definitely was a big reason in taking that state championship win over Fort Collins.
You have to have role players like that, and Fekete has been that as he's on that third line. He centers it. Meanwhile, puck is picked back up by Carter Charles. Charles is bodied into the Zam quarter. Now he gets some assistance, and the puck squirts free, but unable to get a handle on it was Monarch in the slot area, and the puck comes back out to center. Put in, but not deep, as Aiden Owen handled it nicely. He sends it back up, but not out, as it just misses the mark for Owen Walsh. Again, puck is moved back over by Owen over to the right-hand side in front of Gwozdecki's bench, and Price works his way back out through center. Holds on to it, and he takes a shot, and the bouncing puck back behind the cage, gloved down by Price, and Price continues to battle. Meanwhile, the puck is pushed back over. Walsh takes it down to the corner as he's got Lloyd up high. He goes down low to Price. Price fakes low, comes up into the corner. Lloyd is waiting. Lloyd punches it right back down. Price has some room now, takes the shot, loose puck right in front as Harlan made the first save, and he got a stick on it to move it back over to the side of the cage. Meanwhile, punch back in by Walsh as Valor will go 3 for a line change. The other 2 go for a line change, 3 stay on. Here comes Monarch. Monarch touch pass there nicely. Back over to Vince Felt. He gets tied up nicely by Majewski, but the referee says it's a hook. And so Monarch's going to get their first power play at the 7:28 mark.
I think that's definitely the right call. He got the stick caught up in the jersey a little bit, and it definitely impinged on the player's ability to move. Monarch will now go on the power play. I think that's definitely the right call.
So Valor is 1 for 1. Let's see what Monarch can do. And Monarch is going to be out there with, let's pick this up, number 57, Tanner Freed. And he's out there, I believe, with Ziss. Ziss, the leading scorer, Sam Ziss, number 16. He's got the puck right now. Ziss moves it back up through center. And it's MacArthur who works his way through with the backhander, and the shot just misses. As coming up big was Ruth. Meanwhile, the puck is controlled by Valor, and they're able to get a clear. And I think the penalty must have been off. There's 1:47 on the power play, and the clock must be off, so we don't have a clear indication, but I'm sure they do in the scorer's box. Meanwhile, Monarch tries to bring it back in, but it's tipped aside and cleared out nicely by Ryan Kaiser. Monarch with some room, working up through center, and a little back pass there where it's picked back up by Freed. Freed gets stymied at the blue line. Kaiser has the puck. Freed continues, and the bank off the boards clears it back out to center. Nicholas Creeder, the big defenseman, number 55, moves it right up ice, and it's Freed. Freed's got a break. Freed all the way in, stick check from behind, and nice play there by McCall. And
he might call something here.
He might, or was it a goal? Maybe
perhaps
we didn't
the net
see
was
it.
off.
I think the net was off. Freed was all alone, and it was Creeder who found him. Number 55 finds Tanner Freed, number 57, and he found himself all alone in a so Gwozdecki will be looking at that tape for sure.
Absolutely. 2 breakaways given by the Valor PK here. Definitely got to tighten things up. I'm sure the coaches are working hard to figure that out.
Meanwhile, Rollison tries to get it out, but it goes off of Zeigert's boot, and it's held in, but only momentarily. But it's put out of play by Carter Charles, so the faceoff will stay in the Valor end with apparently 58 seconds remaining in the power play.
It must have just been some sort of time discrepancy based off of someone not pushing a button on the clock. I'm sure they'll be able to figure it out officially.
We'll keep an eye and see at what point does Majewski come out of the box. Here we go, the face-off. This is MacArthur, and MacArthur wins it back over to the far side. Creeder holding there as he's watched by Rollison, moves it back over quickly. And here's the shot by number 55, Creeder, and it was deflected over to the far side, and Creeder will give chase as he's got Price bearing down on him. He leaves it there, and without a stick, the puck is kicked up by Zeigert. Zeigert goes to jump off the ice. Meanwhile, the puck is set right back down to the Monarch end, and with 27 seconds remaining in the power play, Klein starts things up for Monarch. Puck is pushed back over to the near side where it's put in by Creeder. Puck down in the corner. Morona fishing for it, and Morona's able to get things. He's able to gets a little bit of a hand there. As he was taking it over to the far side, it was picked up by Lloyd, who clears things. And with 2 seconds remaining in the power play, the Eagles are back to full strength. Meanwhile, chasing down the puck is number 14, Walsh. Walsh is able to move it back up with some good hustle there. Meanwhile, Lloyd is back behind, and he picks it up, and he sweeps it all the way back to Nicholas Morona. Morona, the sophomore, sends it back up through center, tipped aside, held up nicely. Skatina right in front of the scorer's box. Now he'll back out. And with a little bit of time, it was Morona as he's able to hand it back off to Charles. Charles chases it back down. Skatina gets there first, and he moves it back over to the near side. But waiting for it was Owen Walsh. Walsh loses it there as he's double-teamed. Kaiser has to back away, and is picked back up by Jake McCall, the senior. The senior fakes one man out, tries to move it back up, but it's held up there by Piggott. Piggott 1-on-3. McCall takes away the opportunity. 4:37 remaining in this first period. 2-0 Valor streaking free. Back up the left-hand side is Carter. Charles. Charles holds up there, looks for the back pass, but it was a bit too late as Kaiser was only able to get a stick on it. And he had to back out there as the play was read nicely. Vince Felt on the forecheck. Meanwhile, picked back up by Kaiser. Kaiser hands it off to McCall. McCall works back over the right-hand side. He's got Rollison on one side. Back over to Payos. Payos, nice nifty move as he sidesteps one, but Skatina takes it off his stick. Meanwhile, Payos is there, and the puck squirts through the wickets and all the way back to the Valor Eagles' end with 3:56 remaining in this first period. Streaking back over on the right-hand side is Aiden Owen. Owen moves it back over to center. Rollison pushes it in, and Zygert has to chase it down as he's got Payos, or is that Buchanan out on him?
Buchanan on the left side now just pushed it back up, and they're fiending for it here in the middle.
Held up nicely by Carter Charles. Charles moves it back over to the right-hand side where it's picked back up and moved back over to the near side. Punched in by Buchanan. Puck bounces back behind Monarch's cage, and it's swept up the right-hand side where Nicholas Traynor is able to get a stick on it and get it back out to center. Hustling back is Aiden Owen. Owen moves it back out to center. The play is read nicely by number 21, but he loses it off of his stick. And that was Street. Street from his back, from the defensive end, goes for a little bit of a forecheck. And the puck is taken back out to center as Street controls. Street moves it back over to the left-hand side, bouncing puck. Payos gathers. And with the line change, Buchanan goes off. Payos will get it in deep. Let's see what he does. Meanwhile, glancing over his shoulder was Mason McConnell. McConnell on the forecheck, looks for the loose puck, and he's got it back behind the cage on his backhand. And he gets tied up over onto the far side by Zygert, the captain, the big captain, number 15. He's a senior as well, and the four-man battle continues, and finally Glossinger comes in, and Glossinger is able to take the puck away. Glossinger bank pass over to Lloyd, but it was just past his stick.
It's going to be played by Jace Ruth here. Solid play by the goalie. And an interesting play that George Gwozdecki crafts here. He has both defensemen come back and they scatter away from the goalie, giving the goalie the autonomy to be able to put the puck into one of the areas that is safer.
Creeder holds up the puck there, and he works it up the near side as it goes past everyone, and it's going to be icy. And we've got a break in the action with 1:59 and a face-off deep in Monarch territory.
I got to say, there has not been a ton of whistles, has there?
No, it has been. You know what? We may be out of here by, by 9:45 tonight.
I remember playing these games back when I was in high school, and 8:40 start times. Those are late games, and oftentimes, the only place open afterwards is the Waffle House. So, here we are, and luckily things are speeding by, and it's a good, compelling game for us to watch.
Walsh moves it back up to the point, but laying a check in there was Lloyd. The puck squirts free, and Morona's got it. Morona hits the brakes. He absorbs one himself, and the puck fluttering in, and Monarch has to tag up there as Adam MacArthur, the centerman on that top line, chases Lloyd, but Lloyd makes a nice nifty move, and he quickly moves it back over to Walsh. Walsh gets tied up, and the forecheck by Monarch is fierce right now, as they're sensing the need here with 1:29 remaining in this first period in a 2-goal deficit. Puck is taken out by Jack Majewski, and Majewski sends it back over to Lloyd. Lloyd quickly up to Walsh. Walsh takes the opportunity to find Price, but over on the far side, Klein bodies his man up. That's Price, and bodies go tumbling in front of the Monarch bench.
That was a wonderful reverse hit. Price didn't really see it coming, but I'm sure he'll definitely be woken up now. He gets the puck in front of the net, shot, just misses to the left.
And Price, off of he has a conversation with the referee there. And Price tumbling up. He's got snow on the breezers. Meanwhile, puck bouncing, picked back up by Creeder. Creeder sends it right into the center slot area, and it just misses as Mallinger was there. Mallinger continues to work the body down low. He's with 40 seconds. He's got the puck back in his skates, sends it back up high. Here's the shot, and it's a riser. The loose puck swept up back behind the cage, and number 11 picked it back up. That was Aaron Mallinger.
Fortunately for Valor, in this case, the net was displaced and they were able to get a whistle. But for number 11, that absolutely would have been an easy tuck around wrap-in goal, as all the defense were focused on the puck, and that could have been a dangerous play for Valor if they were to center it or get a wraparound play there.
And as we watched it on the replay, there you saw Chase Ruth, and he is He's the one that knocked the net off the mooring there with his right boot. Meanwhile, puck is back over to the right-hand side. Quickly moved back up by Buchanan, and it's chased there by Payos. But it'll go for an icing call. And we're coming back to Valor's end with 21.8 seconds remaining in this first period.
This is an absolutely vital possession for both teams. Valor's definitely going to want to focus on defense, getting the puck out, making smart decisions, and not making any turnovers. And I'm sure Monarch talked before this, and they're looking for some sort of offensive play as they have the left side defense, right-handed shot number 55, peeking down a little, looking for a shot. Valor wins the face-off.
Felt chases it down, though, and Felt back behind the cage, looks for Kaiser. Kaiser's able to get it back up to center ice, and chasing it down is Skatina. Skatina moves it right back up to Piggott. Piggott has it poked off his stick, and the puck comes over to the near side, punch back in, Kaiser retrieves. Kaiser sends it back over to McCall as the buzzer sounds, signaling the end of first. After one, 2-0 Valor on Payos' goal and Buchanan's power play goal. And that's where we stand.
I know a lot of the times when I would play Monarch back in the day, there would be a lot of extracurriculars. Monarch is a team that wants to win. They have a lot of good players that, historically at least, are very chippy. They like to get in the dirty areas. They like to play hard, and they're aggressive. And a lot of the times there were extracurriculars in front of the net. So fortunate to see two teams that are valuing sportsmanship here, and they just went straight to their benches.
And here in the standings, these two teams are right next to each other. They're in the Pacific Conference, and Monarch comes in after 7 games with a 5-2 record, sitting in second place right behind Fort Collins. And the Valor Eagles, with last night's win, are 4-1-1. So if Valor can get this win this evening, they will leapfrog over Monarch in that Pacific Division. Over in the Atlantic Conference, Ralston Valley is dominating, but they also have 4 games over most of the other teams. They've played 11, and they're sitting at 10-1. Meanwhile, the Vail Huskies have surprised everyone with a 4-3 record, and right behind them is Heritage with a 3-1 record.
It has honestly been a great pleasure just over the years since I started playing for Valor my sophomore year of high school, just to see the pace of play and the competition of high school hockey in Colorado just take off. And that's been under the leadership of a lot of good coaches and under a lot of people that have turned away from the more traditional routes with hockey. And it is phenomenal to see the game growing as well as school pride.
And we're back to the action here, and Valor takes it back up through center, a bit behind Price, but Price resecures the puck and moves it back over, looking for Walsh, and Walsh is taken out by the captain, Henry Zeigert. Zeigert, the senior, is a stalwart on this Monarch team. As the replay here of courtesy of Shaw Hockey Productions, that's Michael Shaw and Suzanne Shaw. They put together this broadcast, and we may be out of here by 10:15, but the Shaws will be here at least till 10:30, maybe later.
No, I'll tell you what, it is a phenomenal production crew that they have, and the things that they're doing to be able to televise games and stream for people all across the world is truly awesome.
Well, the quality of this production, I don't think anybody disputes, is the best in the business in Colorado youth sports.
By far.
Here we go, back to the live action. Puck is picked back up by Monarch as they are working things in Valor's zone, and picking it back up from his position there is Aiden Owen, but he can't get it up and out, and Monarch continues to control. Monarch puts one in, but not deep, and they can't control it there. And here goes Payos. Payos sidestep as the puck squirts free, and coming away with it is number 16, Sam Ziss. Ziss has not been much of a factor. He's this leading scorer here for Monarch, but Valor has put the clamps on him. Here comes Payos. He picks up some speed, takes it into the zone, and winds. He's looking again for that far side on Harlan's net.
Almost functioned as a breakout. Well, somewhat did function as a breakout for Monarch as they push it into a stalemate and out of play here in center ice.
Freed and Fair were trying to team up there. This was the #1 line for Coach Jimmy Dexter. He's flanked by Hogan Jones and Steve Strunk on the bench there for the Monarch. And so the face-off will be at center ice. And taking it is Jack Majewski. And it's won again by Valor. McCall moves it back over to Kaiser. Kaiser in front of the Valor bench, and the puck banks in. Chasing it back down. One more time was number 24, Majewski. Jack Majewski. He shoulders his man as MacArthur begins to work it back up, and the favor is returned.
What a shift from Majewski. He is all over the puck, laying the body, not afraid to take hits. And they win the puck here as it goes to McCall on the right side for a slap shot. Oh, it's off the post.
As McCall winds it up there, and the puck comes all the way back down to Jace Ruth. Ruth moves it back over to the near side. Puck is moved back up by McCall. McCall finds his man on the far side, but the hot pass goes off of Owen Walsh and up and into the rafters.
Walsh's stick functioned as a little bit of a ramp there. It sent it right into the Regis Jesuit banner hanging here at the Ice Ranch.
Was that intentional?
It could have been. I mean, there's definitely a very strict and professional rivalry between these two schools.
Fekete takes the face-off, and he wins it back over to Morona. Morona banks it off the boards, and chasing it down is Zeigert. Zeigert looks for his options as he tumbles. He's got pressure in on him. As coming in is Charles. Charles pokes it back down over to the far side as it's moved up the wall nicely. Skatina has been an active defenseman. He's been effective for Monarch thus far. Chasing it back down is number 15, Zeigert. Zeigert. Skatina waves at it as it was a bit too far for him, and back down is Majewski over on the far side. That one is Cooper Majewski versus Jack, number 24. It's a good thing they're not on the same line, but I've got to say Majewski just about every shift here, at least half the time on the forward lines. We've got Cooper, number 22. He's the senior. Jack's the junior.
Yeah, both of those two have been in on a lot of different plays. They've been mixing it up, and they seem to have a motor. It must just be in the Majewski DNA, I suppose, but they just have a motor, and they're working hard every time they're out there. Definitely noticeable.
Anders Glossinger will take this face-off, and stepping out was Mallinger. Stepping back in was Richards. Puck poked, and a quick little shot from the right-hand point. Didn't have much on it. That was Nicholas Morona, so we'll do it from the same spot. Morona sets up. Glossinger is in. Going against Mallinger this time, and again, it's won by Valor. Puck goes corner to corner over to the far side. Creeder touched up by McConnell. McConnell is able to move it back over to the half boards. McConnell's got the puck. He's got a man in the middle. Glossinger's shot, and it's a glove save. Second opportunity as McConnell had it. McConnell looking in right in the slot as Lloyd's second opportunity again. This time sprawling is J.T. Harlan, and Harlan makes the big save. And Creeder and number 12 introduce themselves. That's Jackson Braun as we look at it. And the second opportunity was right in the slot, and scrambling down to his belly was J.T. Harlan.
From our bird's eye view up here, just looking down, I gasped because I thought that the puck went in. But then looking back at the Shaw replay from behind the net, it was close. It could have ricocheted off a post and just bounced around. And then they definitely made their presence known, the Monarch defensemen, with a little bit of extracurricular activity.
Payos off the face-off, and it's won forward by Monarch. Chip Buchanan pokes at it and glancing it over his shoulder and moving it back over to the far side, over to Ziss. Ziss can't move it up and out, and it's controlled again by Monarch. Monarch having some challenges as Rollison there on the forecheck. Number one line there for Coach Gwozdecki. And again, that forecheck stymies the man. You've got three Valor Eagles over on the far side. Rollison moves it back over to Payos, and it's poke-checked off of his stick. And sweeping back in and moving the puck away was Drew Fair. Rollison controlling in Monarch's end. Looks back up high where he's got Payos. Payos back over to Rollison. Rollison's got Buchanan in the middle. Buchanan jamming away there. Not once, but twice. He had a couple of opportunities. And this bouncing puck nicely picked off from that bouncing puck off the glass line there. And Owen made a heck of a play to keep that in.
Yeah, I mean, that was just phenomenally staged. And, I mean, the pressure from Valor was sustained. They had a great forecheck. Pejos and Rolson seemed to have a great chemistry, making great passes. And then, like you mentioned, Walsh being able to step up, keep vision, know where the players are, and keep the puck in the zone and continue to tire out the Monarch Coyote.
Monarch's got their top line out there, Adam MacArthur. And MacArthur off that face-off, and the bouncing puck poked free. Second opportunity, sweeping back in was Walsh. Walsh moves it back up to Owen. Owen back behind the cage, and with one hand on the stick, picking it back up was Bertzlaff. We haven't called his name much on the defensive end, number 6. Meanwhile, MacArthur has it stripped off his stick, and it's picked up nicely by Charles. Charles working his way out through Valor's end. He gets a little help. Trying to chase it back down was number 14, was Walsh. Oh. Meanwhile, puck comes back up where it's held up nicely there by Owen. Owen works his way through. He had a man over on the near side, and that was defenseman Charles. So Charles stepping in from his D position. Meanwhile, Majewski with the puck. Jack Majewski moves it back over and bounces off a Monarch boot and back out to center.
One of the Monarch defensemen had his stick dislodged, like knocked out of his hands and then thrown into the stands. I don't think it was necessarily intentional, but it was just evident of a great stick lift.
Charles chasing it down over on the far side. Felt gets there first. He's able to keep it alive for Monarch. And Felt continues to work. This time Piggott picks it back up. He sends it back up to the point, and this shot goes well wide as Skatina sends it back over to Price. Price with some pressure back behind him, takes it into the zone as he's got a man right in the middle. That's 14 Walsh, but the puck is buried by JT Harland, and Harland's not going to give up a rebound with Walsh pressuring him.
That's definitely the right play from Ryder Price. They're at the end of their shift. He knows that they're gassed, and he's able to get a shot right in the breadbasket of the goaltender, making it easy to get a good line change for both forwards and D and get an offensive zone faceoff.
Fekete will take this faceoff. He's directing traffic, and the bouncing puck just goes past number 22, Cooper Majewski. And out comes Monarch. Monarch works it back in as number 12, that's Braun. Braun gets a little help there from Mallinger, and Braun on the forecheck, and it produces a turnover right at the blue line. Puck is poked back in, and a big check by Jackson Braun as Valor has to reverse and moves it back over to the near side. The errant pass is picked up by Mallinger, and he sends it back to the Valor line.
Not only a good forecheck from the Coyotes, but also a good neutral zone forecheck, creating 2 turnovers, both in the offensive zone and the neutral zone, as the puck is then pushed forward into the offensive zone for Valor, where it is now.
Cooper Majewski picks back up the puck, holds it there on his backhand, sends it back over to the point. Here's the shot, gloved, and the loose puck right in front. As Valor had a nice opportunity, a lot of traffic in front. Fekete challenges his man. Majewski lays a check, and the puck comes over to the right-hand boards, and it's swept up nicely by number 12, Jackson Braun, who makes a play. And here's an opportunity, picking back up the puck, and the shot save, and the bouncer right in front as number 14, Evan Richards, was all alone on that play. And Jace Ruth comes up big to make it keep it a 2-0 game. Sweeping back in, putting the puck back over to the blue line where it's Lloyd. Lloyd picks it up, takes the shot, bouncing puck, and Glossinger looking for a backhanded shot, and the puck bounced back over to him. Back over to Morona. Morona keeps the pressure on for Valor. Puck comes back over to Morona. Morona picks it up on his backhand, tries to punch it back in deep, uses his body nicely to hold it edge of the circle. This shot whistles wide, and the puck comes all the way over to the left-hand side, but it's kept alive by the Eagles. McConnell with it, his backhander picks it back up. McConnell looking back up high. He's got Charles, and looking for the puck. Back over to McConnell. McConnell tries to keep the pressure on with it. He gets a shot from all over. There's another opportunity as Ben Larson, this fourth line for Gwozdecki, is keeping the pressure on, and we've got another power play coming to Valor as Gwozdecki makes the call. Meanwhile, from the near side, here comes Charles, works his way in, takes the shot, bouncer right behind it. It's back behind him, and the call, and the referee doesn't see it. It was behind him. and they're calling for it. Let's see what the call is.
The unfortunate part about that, Pejos is signaling, I saw it go in. None of the refs were in the position to be able to view it. It looks like we'll have a view for you here.
And here it is on the replay, and it definitely was in. Let's see if we can see it one more time.
That was beyond in. It crosses the goal line.
And,
oh, my gosh.
And here's the shot, and you see it. It just sneaks right back behind, and it's tucked up back behind J.T. Harland by his defenseman. So what should be a 3-0 game is a 2-0 game. And
gotta say, Monarch is definitely on the end of a serendipitous call there. And it looks like George Gwozdecki is having a bit of a meeting with some of the referees right now to make that call.
And in high school, we do not have the replay advantage, so perhaps George is making an argument for a later call if he can get one.
Well, Valor did have continued offensive pressure. Their third line, centered by Fekete, was out there. And what I noticed that they were able to do very expertly was continue pressure while getting changes. They were able to get a whole new set of D and the fourth line out that whole entire time while they were keeping pressure, and it forced one of their defensemen to take that penalty. Regardless of if this is a goal or not, Valor definitely drew a call there. And it looks like one of the captains, Jake McCall, is talking to the ref right now about it.
And so 2 minutes are up on the board. And that was a, let's see what the call is. That was a check from behind.
Oh, wow.
And let's see if it's more than a 2 and a 10. And it is, well, it is a 2 and a 10. So stepping into the box and serving the extra penalty is Trainer.
Who took that penalty?
The initial penalty, let's see if we can see those. See if you can see the sleeve numbers. I can't see it.
Yeah, it's a bit tough to tell from our aerial bird's eye view here, but Valor is going on the power play here.
So Pejos off the faceoff, and the puck is fished out by Kaiser. Kaiser moves it back up to McCall. McCall along the blue line, back over to the far side. Pejos surveys, and he sends it back over to Rollison as the near side. Stepping in from his deep position is Kaiser. He retains the puck, has it swept off his stick by MacArthur, and the puck is cleared with 1:38 remaining in the power play. McCall sends it back over to Pejos, who recoils. Pejos picks up some speed with the jersey flapping in the back behind as he tries to make a little toe drag move.
Coach Gwozdecki won't be happy about that one, I guarantee it.
And the you know from experience.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
I think you've been there.
I have been there. That's exactly why I say that. Guilty as charged.
Rollison sends it back over, and here comes Valor with 1:12 remaining in their power play. Back over to Buchanan. Buchanan steps in, drop pass there, looks for the return feed. Buchanan sweeps it back over to the far side corner. Rollison digs it back out, touches it back up, and they play a little pitch and catch, a little too much as the puck escapes the zone.
Bit of a miscue there, and it goes right through Rollison's feet and just outside. But Kaiser's able to bring it back in and down low here as they regain possession with Ryder Price.
Back over to Price. Price holds it there for McCall, and again, the second miscue on this power play for Valor. And
it's
now
going to lead to a
breakaway. Here comes Monarch. Monarch bringing it back in. Right-hand side shot just goes up and over as Gabe Harrison had a golden opportunity to make it a 2-1 game on a short-handed opportunity.
It just missed top right. I've watched Monarch bench. It was nuts.
Here comes Price. Price drags it back in, attracts a crowd, and he'll hold things up there as he takes it back up, looks at the blue line, and again, a funny pass that he picks up himself, takes the shot, and the puck on the side of the cage is covered and held by J.T. Harlan.
Looks like he fanned on it. Ooh, and a bit of a sinister little play there by number 15, smacking Jamison Charles' stick into the rafters there. Surprised that no one saw that.
That was Henry Zeigert, and it could have been like the other play that we saw.
Yeah, very similar, actually. Perhaps a little bit of retaliation, but all within the sport, I suppose. It's good to see these teams are playing so competitively.
And what an opportunity, though, as Felt had a perfect opportunity on that shorthanded opportunity.
Shot, score!
Over on the far side, and the shot is picked back up over on the right-hand side of J.T. Harlan. And that rebound right on the doorstep was picked up nicely, and that is number 24. That is Jack Majewski. And Majewski buries another one, and for Majewski, that is his 5th goal of the season.
It's a great shot from the point. They had 3 seconds remaining on the power play, so they were really hoping to get something going there. And they capitalized with a great rebound from Majewski, who we've mentioned earlier has just been lights out, both of them.
So the second power play of the goal of the game goes to Valor, and they are 2 for 2 thus far, making it 3-0 here at the 6:44 mark of this second period. Monarch moves the puck back up through center as streaking through is Freed. Freed gets knocked off the puck as Lloyd picks it back up as he's checked nicely by Davia.
Great back check.
Puck is picked back up, and here comes Valor.
Developing into a 3-on-2, but they almost throw the play off sides.
They do. And it was a good opportunity for Valor, but they just couldn't get the handle here. There's a lot of snow on the ice at this point. We've played a period, over a period and a half here.
That's interesting. I actually did not know that during the CPHL season, it had been lost on my mind that they only zam one time.
They only zam one time, but it should be right at the middle of the of this second period.
Oh, no kidding.
And Kaiser steps in as he delivers a big blow. And Kaiser picks up the puck, and trying to return the favor was Mallinger, but it just bounces off of Kaiser's shoulder. Meanwhile, puck is down, and it's swept up off of Kaiser's boot. Kaiser holds it there momentarily. Mallinger moves it back over to Richards. Richards stick check from behind as coming in and is Braun. Braun tries to move it back down low. And the stick check from behind as winding up was Evan Richards, but Richards was never able to get his stick on the puck as his pocket was picked back from behind. Creeder gets bodied up. Puck squirts free, and coming back away with it is Mallinger. Mallinger, this 4th line for Monarch, looks to take it into the zone, but he's challenged nicely by Carter Charles. Charles double teamed, gets some assistance. And McCall with a no-look pass, moved it back over to Larson. Larson couldn't control McCall, sends it back over where Carter Charles is able to get a backhander in, and as he gets it past Skatina. Skatina with the puck, sidesteps Payos forecheck, but loses the handle. And the puck comes back over to Payos. He's got a man in the middle. Drop past Rollison, overskates momentarily, picks it back up, and avoids the hip check, chases it back down. Rollison uses his shoulder, but he gets ridden over into the far end boards, and coming away with it is Buchanan back up high. The shot goes off of a shin pad, and it's chipped back out to center. Charles will give chase.
They're calling it no ice. The defense are scattering. Jace Ruth plays it behind the net here.
Puck comes back over to the far side, and a pair of 8s battle for it there is Buchanan versus MacArthur. Puck comes back up high. Skatina takes the shot, and it drifts through as it found the mark on Jace Ruth. Ruth was alert back down low to keep it scoreless on the Monarch end. Rollison reverses with a man on him. That's Harrison. Puck is moved back over to the left wing boards and moved back up as Charles gets bodied off of it, and suddenly Valor has some challenges getting the puck out of their end.
That top line for Valor has been trapped out there for a while. What they need here is to get a quick change as Buchanan shoots it on net, misses.
So Buchanan sends it back over to the far side where it's picked back up by Morona. Buchanan Payos with the puck as he's worked and maintains control. Payos moves it back over, and Lloyd fans on the shot, gets a second opportunity. Loose puck back behind the cage, picked back up by Walsh. Walsh moves it back over to the point. Lloyd with it. Lloyd sends it back over right into the slot, and battling there is number 14, Walsh. Can't come up with it, but the puck comes back up to the point where Morona sends it back down low. Payos works it back off the wall. Payos sidesteps one, top of the circle, slides it over to Lloyd. Lloyd from his deep position steps in, and the bouncing puck is controlled by Morona again. Morona looks for a man over on the far side. He finds him. It's Price. Price winds, looking for the far side of the net. Ricochets off the near side boards, held in nicely by Lloyd. Lloyd working it off his backhand, into the circle, and Lloyd looking for some relief as he's got Walsh up high. Walsh's shot banks off the Mountain Dew logo over on the far side, and the puck comes back out to center. Walsh sweeps back in with 2:45 remaining in this second period. Weaves his way through center, but it's poked off of his stick. Majewski's got it. Majewski takes the shot, and J.T. Harlan makes the save.
Majewski was fresh right there, too, because Evan Pejos was caught creating plays, and the first line had only completed 66% of their change there. Evan being the one missing link, he was able to make a good play when he knew that the puck was safe in the offensive zone with a good change, and that allowed Jack Majewski to get out there, create an opportunity with the fresh legs, and now we got the offensive zone face-off with the third line.
Fekete settles in to take this face-off to the right of J.T. Harlan. Fekete, a right-handed face-off, and the puck goes over to the far side. Stepping in is Ryan Kaiser. Kaiser, the junior, is worked down into the corner. Sweeping in to provide some help is Majewski. That was Cooper Majewski. Back over to McCall. McCall from long range is seen the whole way by J.T. Harlan.
Looks like number 16 for the Valor Eagles. Charles was dumped in front of the net there. He kind of put his hands up, kind of, where's the call kind of thing. But he was just playing hard in front of the net, and thus the goalie was able to see it clearly without having the Valor body in front of his eyes.
Fekete again on the faceoff, and it's jammed up in the circle, chased down by Charles. Charles tries to send it back up to the point, but it's taken off of Kaiser's stick. Kaiser recovers nicely. Fekete has it stripped off his stick, and here comes Fair. Fair squares up, sends a pass cross ice over to Fried, but Fried couldn't get a stick on it. Fried holds it back up off the wall, regains possession as he dances through a couple, gets some help from the defenseman over on the right-hand side. The shot saved by Ruth. Meanwhile, puck comes back over to the near side half boards. Here comes Valor. Fekete with the puck. He's got a man ahead of him. He'll take it all the way through, and he's got a bit of daylight, takes the shot, and it's a pad save. Goes back over to the far side where it hits the netting, and the whistle blown at 1:40 remaining in this second period.
With 1:40 remaining, both teams are definitely going to want to be focusing on simplifying their game, making sure that they're not making mistakes. They're both very skilled teams, and they're able to capitalize off very simple mistakes. So I know definitely, at least from experience, that Valor is going to be focusing on making sure they can control what they can control as we go into the offensive zone face-off here on the left, won by Valor.
Jack Majewski off the face-off, back up to the point. It's punched back down into the corner, and Majewski's there. He gets tied up with his man. Meanwhile, puck comes back over to the near side.
Nice hit there.
As it gets stymied there. Back down is Klein. Klein glances over his shoulder, sends a backhander, and it is able to escape back up to the high boards, but not out. Battle for it in front of Gwozdecki's bench. Lots of snow with 1:16 remaining in this second period. And the pile up ensues, and the puck squirts free. Controlled again, this time by Owen. And Owen puts it back in deep where it's chased down by Bertzlaff. Bertzlaff sends it back over to the far side. Banked off the board, stepping in from the deep position. The shot, and it just misses as Charles stepped in from his deep position, and he got a good look in on J.T. Harlan. Meanwhile, puck back down in the corner, four-man pileup. Majewski comes away with it, protects it nicely on his backhand, sweeps it back up to the half boards where it's held up there by Charles, the defenseman. 2-on-2. Charles steps in again. He gets his stick in there, and Monarch can't escape the zone. With 34 seconds remaining in this second period, Monarch picks the puck back up out of the Zam corner and hoists it back up nicely. That was Bertzlaff. Bouncing puck picked back up by Walsh off of his stick, and here comes Klein, the defenseman. Klein goes for a line change, as does the rest of Monarch. Given time, calling for it up high was Price. Price is at the blue line, tips it there nicely, but picked back up by Skatina. Skatina with some room, and 8 seconds remaining in this second period. And coming back out to center, knocked off the puck. Can Valor get one more opportunity? No, as Buchanan looks for it as the buzzer sounds. After 2, 3-0. And that's on goals from Pejos and Buchanan. Buchanan's was a power play, and then Jack Majewski makes it 3-0 with a power play goal, making it 3-0.
We hope everyone that's tuned in right now likes action-packed games, because that's what we are getting. It's fast-paced action between two teams that are great skating teams and very smart. And it's been a joy to watch, at least from up here, I know for sure.
We've got a bird's eye view, best one in the with limited capacity here in the rink. It's kind of nice to have these seats. What did you think, Blake?
Indeed. I know that it's definitely not available for everyone to be watching the people that they care about play hockey right now. And so we're happy to be able to broadcast this the best we can so that people all around are able to still feel connected and still feel part of their team.
That's where we stand, 3-0 after 2. We've got the third period awaiting us. I'm Manny Furtado, along with Blake Buchanan. We'll be back for the third and final period.
All right, this is Suzanne Shaw with Shaw Hockey Productions, standing here with Cooper Robinson of Valor. All right, Cooper, tell us a little about yourself and how long you've been playing with Valor.
I'm the Valor varsity goalie. This is my first year at Valor as a freshman, and yeah.
All right, awesome. And so I saw a post earlier today from your dad that posted about you doing amazing things and giving back. So can you tell us a little bit about that right now?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is it's a part of October Saves, which is a way for us to raise money for breast cancer awareness research. And a way you can get there is just go to octobersaves.org and go to Find a Goalie, and you can look up a goalie and donate anywhere. You can donate to me or just any goalie there is. And it's a great way to donate to the research and help people in need.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds amazing. So, I mean, you're here. There's a lot of people going to be watching this game and hopefully re-watching this game. So, hopefully being able to donate to Mr. Cooper Robinson. And Cooper, why did you decide this charity? Why did you decide October Saves? What was behind this?
I decided to do this because when I was about 10 years old, one of my really good friends that I've been playing for with a long time, his mom was diagnosed with breast cancer and lost the battle in around June 2016. So I just think it's a really good cause because I have a connection to it through that, and that's why I'm doing it.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. So what grade are you in right now?
I'm a freshman, 9th grade.
Okay, you're only a freshman, and you're already giving back. It's your first year at Valor. You made the varsity team. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, very.
Awesome. Okay, so tell us the website one more time with your name so they can look you up as they're watching this and donate to Cooper's cause.
The website is octobersaves.org, and you can go to Find a Goalie and search up my name, Cooper Robinson, and donate there.
All right. So thank you very much, Cooper, and to all the Valor fans out there, go Eagles.
And we are back for the third and final period between Valor and Monarch in this Colorado Prep Hockey League action. When you look at the Valor team has outscored their opponents in this season, and they've had 3 games in which they've had big shutouts, including last night. It was 10-0, but they also shut out Parker Chaparral 8-0 and the Vail Huskies 6-0. Of those teams, Vail is a respectable 4-3, so Valor really put one on Vail. We're back to the live action. I'm Manny Furtado, along with Blake Buchanan here on color. And as the puck is moved back down over to the Monarch end, it's swept back over, and Creeder watches it as Walsh on the forecheck. He's out there with Jack Majewski as well up at that line, and out comes Creeder. Creeder takes the shot. It's seen the whole way this time by Jace Ruth, and he makes the save.
So it was quickly, right off the face-off, it went straight down into Monarch's end and then straight back into Valor's end. And that has kind of been the telltale sign of the game. It's just been back and forth. Fast, quick hockey, really good stuff.
And off the face-off, puck comes over to the far side, and getting there first was Rollison, but his pass is tipped aside, and Kaiser will send it back over to the right-hand side where McCall's headmans it back up, and working his way through is Payos. Payos shouldered up there with Bertzlaff. Puck comes back over to McCall. McCall steps in from his D position, back over to Payos. Payos with a pass that he tried to put right between his skates, and as he was looking for a man in the slot area.
It's fun to watch both of these top lines for these two schools go at it here.
And there you see Buchanan there as he challenges his man. The puck is poked back in by Harrison. And Ruth gives his defenseman time. That's McCall. McCall with a pressing fair on him. And turned aside is Kaiser. Kaiser casually sends a bouncing puck. It goes off the side of the cage. Unintended, and the net is off the moorings and the whistle blown here. At this 15:35 mark, 17-minute period, we've got fresh ice, which is nice. It's always a welcome to get back onto fresh ice, just like that first period.
Yeah, it's certainly going to help with the little things like making crisp passes, and especially for the goaltenders, being able to make efficient slides to cover different areas. They're not going to be impinged by the snow.
Tanner Freed off the faceoff, but it's controlled by Lloyd, and Lloyd hoists it back out. It's going to be icing, though, as it wasn't touched up by anyone. And there you see Jace Ruth. He's backed up by Cooper Robinson. There was a nice little interview there with Cooper Robinson, the underclassman.
Yeah, it's super unique to see Cooper Robinson stepping up for a wonderful cause in cancer research.
Jack Majewski off the faceoff wins it. Lloyd sweeps it back up, and holding it there was Price. Price banks it off the wall, and it's taken right back in by Monarch, but controlled one more time by Morona. Morona hoists one back in. He'll go for a forecheck from his D position, and he gets there first down into the corner. Gets a little bit of help there from Majewski. Majewski banks it off the boards, but it's a bit too hot, and it gets past Lloyd all the way back down to Jace Ruth. Back over to Price. Ricochets off a shin pad, but chasing it down is Lloyd. Lloyd with Freed on his backside, and Lloyd shakes him off. He sends it back over to the near side where it's picked back up by Piggott. Piggott gets triple teamed, but he comes away with the puck, and Morona shoulders his man in. Freed has it taken off of his stick, and the puck is banked off the right-hand boards as Price chops at it, and the rolling puck finds the end boards. We've got another icing call here at the 14:34 mark of this third and final period.
You know, fortunately for the high school hockey rules, on an icing you're able to get a fresh set of legs out there for both teams. I know looking at the NHL, if they're able to ice it, they have to stay out there if they're in their own defensive zone. So it's definitely very advantageous for the Valor Eagles there.
Valor has been consistent this year as far as scoring. They, out of their 31 goals coming into this game, they were just about even throughout the first, second, and third periods. They went 11, 11, and 9. And here we have, they had 2 goals in the first period and a goal in the second. Let's see if they keep their foot on the gas here. Cooper Majewski sends it back down in low. It's back behind the cage. Puck squirts free, and Monarch comes out with it with a 3-on-3. Creeder works his way past Fekete, goes back behind the cage and held up there nicely by Charles. Charles gets a little bit of help as Owen comes in.
Looks like they might call a penalty on Monarch's number 12 here for a bit of perhaps a charge. I guess we'll have to look for the official call here.
I think it's an elbow, but let's see what it is. It was as number 12, Jackson Braun goes.
And it looks like elbow is correct.
So the third power play of the game as Braun goes for an elbow at the 14:06 mark. And out there is Payos along with Buchanan, Rollison, McCall, and Kaiser. Here we go. McCall works it back up the right-hand side. It's dropped back off over to Payos. Payos fakes left. He goes right. Takes it into the zone. Payos with the head up. Looks for the shot, but then was going to send a pass, and it's rescued by McCall. McCall chops at it, puts it down low as Valor tries to regain possession here with 1:32 remaining in their third power play opportunity. McCall steps in and he settles things. McCall moves it back over to Payos. Payos works it back over to Kaiser. Kaiser on the far side as he sent a pass dot to dot over to Rollison. Rollison's shot goes up and into the netting.
What Valor's power play did really, really well there was spread the ice open. They had the defenders looking at the puck, and that was what created that backdoor opportunity for Rollison. Kaiser had great vision on the right side point, being able to look backdoor, and the pass was just a little too quick, and circumstances didn't fall for the Valor Eagles as they go into the face-off here.
Left-handed stick by Buchanan as he ties his man up. McCall secures, moves it back over to Kaiser. Kaiser looks back over. Payos, top of the circle, back over on the far side to Kaiser. Bounces off of his boot, but he's able to re-secure the puck as he looks and surveys at the edge of the circle. Back over to McCall. McCall with a man on him, moves it back over to Payos. Payos down low to Rollison. Rollison back up to McCall at the point. Here's the shot and the tip right in front as Buchanan was there. He got a stick on it. Meanwhile, puck is back down, and working back down low is Rollison. Rollison is met there by big number 15, Zeigert. Meanwhile, puck comes back up and banks it off of the post. Back over to McCall. McCall with 37 seconds remaining in the power play. Looking like he's going to shoot. Payos drags it back in, picks his corner, and scores top shelf.
That was phenomenal. Evan Payos has excellent patience. He's been known to have excellent hands, and that is why. You take a look as he catches the pass on the left-hand side. He hesitates, gets the defender to drop, makes a nice shifty little move, picks his corner right on the top right corner. That is a goal scorer's goal.
And if you look over on that near side, he had some help from Kaiser. Kaiser had tied up his man, and it was one-on-one versus JT Harlan. Harlan didn't have much of a chance there. So with 12:29 remaining in this third period, Valor gets their fourth goal as they've spread these goals into each. They've got a goal in each period. Sweeping in is Majewski. Majewski sends it back behind the cage as it bounces off the boards, and a sweeping shot by number 8 MacArthur goes wide. Puck is poked free, and the bouncing puck is like a saucer right in front of Ruth, and he covers and holds.
That was a wonderful power play. Just to kind of recap on some of the things that happened. Valor kept their first power play line out the whole entire time. That is because they had excellent control. They were making passes that just looked pristine, spreading the ice, and able to capitalize with that end goal.
Monarch keeps it in the zone, sweeps it back behind the cage as MacArthur holds his man off, creates some space as he's looking for the defenseman. Klein stepping in, but Klein couldn't get his stick on it. And hustling back is Bertzlaff. Bertzlaff shakes one off, moves it back over the left wing boards, and the back check there nicely by Majewski as he disrupts things. Price takes a heavy check.
A little bit of chirping going on between the two of those guys after they both knew the hit was coming.
That was Adam MacArthur, the centerman. Number 8, he's been active this evening.
Oh, he certainly has. I've noticed him just from our aerial view up here. Wonderful speed. He had a great opportunity earlier in the second period with a little bit of a breakaway created by his speed.
Tanner Fried is out there with the top line with Sam Ziss, and there's Ziss with some speed. Number 16 works in as he's challenged by Lloyd. Ziss comes away with the puck and with confidence takes it back up to the point. Here's the shot. It's a Whistler as it misses by Street. Puck comes back over to the near left-hand sideboards, and it's poked to back up, and stepping in, but being able to get a stick on it was Fekete. Here comes Fekete. He's got a man in the middle. Fekete winds, takes the shot, loose puck right on the doorstep, held up there by Cooper Majewski, and Majewski was right there sniffing away, looking for a rebound.
And that just goes to Fekete's credit right there. Just before the play in the defensive zone, he was knocked down, but what was great about his play there is he had the resolve to be able to get up, block a shot, and go down and create a scoring opportunity and get fresh legs on the ice for the Valor Eagles as they now have their offensive opportunity.
And he'll get a little congratulations as he goes to the bench there. The players recognize that hustle, and when you make a play like that, it really produces an opportunity. So Ben Larson will take this faceoff. He tries to win it back as Glossinger sweeps it back up to the point. The shot goes wide by Owen, and it comes back over to the far side. Picked back up by 15, Zeigert. Zeigert sidesteps his man, makes a nifty move, and the centering feed is stolen, but the favor is returned. Loose puck, here's the shot by Larson, and it's held right in the breadbasket by Hartland.
Monarch is struggling a little bit right now in their defensive zone, trying to make plays. Valor's beating them to pucks, and one of the ways that they're doing that is having their defensemen pinch. The defensemen are trained by Adrian Wiedemann, former DU alumni, played for George Gwozdecky, and he knows when to make the move in terms of jumping up into play.
Creeder gets hassled from behind, and the puck is swept back over to the left wing barrier. It's held up nicely by Valor, and the puck put down low as McConnell has his stick lifted. Creeder sends it back up, but it's held in one more time by Glossinger, that centerman playing that high position. Puck comes back out to center. Glossinger's able to get a stick on it. Owen sends it back over to his D partner, Carter Charles. Charles works it in. He'll go for a chase. Meanwhile, getting there first is Zeigert. Zeigert sends it back over to the near side. And again, Valor's able to maintain some control, but only momentarily. Monarch banks it off the mid-ice boards and goes for a forecheck, but just beyond the red line.
Yeah, he threw it just before the red line. Maybe if he would have kept his head up, taken one or two more strides, he would have avoided the icing. But with that, at least Monarch is making a change. It looks like Valor is doing the same. And we'll have an offensive zone face-off here for the Valor Eagles.
So Mallinger will take the face-off for Monarch. And stepping in, this is that second line, Jack Majewski, off that face-off. Majewski looking, he's out there with Price. Price sweeps it in, edge of the circle. He bodies his man. And sweeping it back up is number 18, Klein. Klein gets it up but not out, as handling it there was Kaiser momentarily. Kaiser comes back on the back check, and the big defenseman sets up behind the cage, sweeps it back over to McCall, and the bouncing puck comes back out to center. Here's a chase as Owen Walsh tries to out-hustle his man, disrupted things, and Harlan had to make a nice play there.
Couple noticeable things. Ryder Price with a great shift, and Jackson Braun, number 12 for Monarch, taking some sort of right ankle injury.
Meanwhile, here's the shot. It gets deflected off of McCall's stick, so it never found Ruth's cage. Working his way down low was number 56, nicely Davia. And Davia with the puck over on the edge of the circle, bounces it back up high. The shot from the point hit a lot of bodies there, quite a bit of traffic. Davia comes away with it. He gets taken off the puck, and it's poked up, back up and gloved down by Price. Price gathers it back in, but it's poked off his stick. And Walsh puts a backhander in, and we've got a line change here for Valor, giving time. Meanwhile, Payos pressuring on the forecheck. And a stick check there through center ice, but it's swept in by Monarch back behind Ruth's cage. Over on the far side, and the bouncing puck picked up back up in stride by Buchanan. Buchanan's feed just beyond Payos. And sweeping back in is number 21, picking it up nicely, was Street, the defenseman. Meanwhile, puck back behind Valor's cage. Puck is moved back over to Rollison. Rollison to a streaking Buchanan. Buchanan across the blue line. Payos shot gets deflected as it just inside the blue line as he picked up that loose puck.
It was a nice play by Valor, trying to create something with speed coming through the neutral zone. Buchanan cutting to the left. He's on his strong side when he has that shot, and he's able to make a nice pass to Payos. The defense made a nice play stepping up and deflecting that into the netting.
This is an all-senior line out there for the forwards, Payos, Buchanan, and Rollison. And there's Rollison as he tips it back into the corner. Back pass, back over to Rollison, and his shot was a backhander there. And a pair of 21s do battle in the far side corner. Streaking in there was Skatina, and Skatina's able to move it up, but not out. Buchanan has it, takes a sharp angle shot, and it's tucked in nicely by Street as Monarch needed a breather there.
To credit number 8, Logan Buchanan, the senior, nice little naughty pass there, making it to Rollison. Rollison creating an opportunity, and they're able to get it to the net, and that is exactly what Valor's going to want in an instance like this, to kill the clock, keep it in their end, and avoid making mistakes by playing D.
And you mentioned it, that all-senior line, they've got some chemistry, and they knew where each other was. Meanwhile, here comes Piggott. Piggott challenged there by Morona, and Piggott takes it down into the corner. Morona shakes him off as the puck drifts over to Ruth, and he covers and holds. 7:35 remaining in this third period. Valor enjoying a 4-goal lead.
Certainly, both teams have had ups and downs, but Valor's been able to capitalize on a wide range of different scoring chances, including the power play.
Off the face-off, and trying to win it forward there was Piggott. Piggott, a backhanded pass as he finds Feld. Feld puts it right in front, right on the doorstep, and the whistle as the net came off the mooring as Nicholas Traynor was right in the low slot, and his shot just missed. We're going to see it here on the replay as this opportunity right in front, and here's Traynor. There's the shot as it hits the left-hand post just to the right.
It hits the left side. Yeah, it hits the left side post right as the right.
You got to reverse that when you see it here, you know?
Yeah. Our orientation is messed up from our view up here.
It is, but we could think on our feet here. Here's a little back pass, and the puck is moved back over to the far side. Punch pass over to Fekete. Fekete with a backhander as he was looking for Carter Charles. Charles back to Fekete, and it's swept up the left wing boards where it's held up by Piggott. Piggott looks for an opportunity to get in deep. Carter Charles has it as he looks ahead as Fekete glances off of his stick. And hustling back is Creeder. Nicholas Creeder gets tumbled back behind the cage. And holding up there was Zeigert, the captain. Puck is moved back over to center where it glances off, and Monarch is able to control now.
Looks like Fekete almost could have had a breakaway if it didn't go through his stick there in the offensive blue line.
Carter Charles makes a nice move as he reverses, sends it back over to the near side. Majewski has it stripped off his stick, and a centering feed is answered there by Carter Charles. Carter Charles, the freshman, works it back up the left side. He takes it into the zone, puts one in on net, and the loose puck is right in the slot as McConnell comes in. McConnell puts a backhander back down low, but it's answered nicely by Creeder. Creeder sends it back up the left wing boards, or the right wing boards, and as Kaiser sends it back over to McCall. McCall over to McConnell. McConnell makes a nice little tip play there as Klein bodies him. Meanwhile, the loose puck is back behind Monarch's cage, and hustling back is number 6, Bertzlaff. Bertzlaff, the defenseman, gathers it in, makes a move back over to center ice, and Bertzlaff has it finally stripped off his stick. Puck is moved back over to Glossinger, back over to McCall. McCall punch pass, and it comes all the way over, corner to corner, back down low as Larson was looking for a man in the middle with a blind feed. Puck comes back up to MacArthur. MacArthur, left-hand side, man stays on side, puts a shot on from distance, and it's poked over to the half boards by Kaiser. Kaiser hoists it into the girders.
That's the first time we've had a whistle here in a little bit. Something definitely to be aware of within the last 5 minutes and 17 seconds here of this third period is that the pace of play is going to pick up. Physicality will pick up. It's just natural when you have two highly skilled teams going at it within the last 5 minutes. Both teams want to win. There's going to be a physical presence. Definitely be watching. And if you're a player, definitely keep your head on a swivel.
And off the face-off, Morona sweeps in from his deep position, gets some help from Lloyd, tries to move the puck up. Sweeping shot there as it was deflected and never got through on Zeigert. Meanwhile, Lloyd hassled from behind, but offsides is Walsh. So we look at this. We look at the schedule here for Valor Eagles. Valor had a game last night versus Centaurus, and they've got Denver East next Friday. And then watch out for Halloween night next Saturday. Valor plays the Regis Raiders, and that game time is at 6:45. So we know you'll be wanting to tune into that game, and hopefully you'll get a ticket, as I know it's a lottery feed here for the parents being able to get one on. Walsh takes that shot. Puck comes back over to the far side. Picked back up, but just off of Majewski. He couldn't get to it, and here's a shot through some traffic, and a nice blocker save by Harlan. And a sharp angle shot over on the near side by Walsh. This time it's gathered back in, and it's hoisted back up. Love down by Morona, but Morona has to back away. Stepping in and reading the play nicely was Owen Walsh. Walsh brings it in. He gets bodied there by Street. And the loose puck in the slot area swept back up by the centerman, Freed. Freed with a man chasing him, and Freed sees it right in front. He gets checked from behind by Owen Walsh.
They're going to go ahead and call that a hand pass. When he was knocked to the ice, he made a play with his left hand, pushing it back to the D, and he's having a little bit of a friendly banter with the Valor writer Price as they just laugh. He said, "I had no other option," basically.
So with 4:10 remaining, Monarch would love to get on the board, and if Valor can keep a shutout, it would be their 4th of the season for Monarch. Monarch has 26 goals this season, but in 7 games, a little bit less potent than Valor. Here comes Valor. Payos with it, makes a nice little move through as he retains possession back behind the cage on his backhand, edge of the circle, sends it back up high in the drive as Carter Charles got some good wood on that. Puck is moved back behind, and a blind pass right in front, and the backhander by Buchanan is answered. Meanwhile, the shot from distance as Aiden Owen takes that one, and the puck comes back over to the right wing boards. Monarch is able to move it out, but not far as the defenseman Owen steps into that one. Puck over on the far side. Buchanan on the back check, and the puck squirts free, and it's picked back up by Aiden Owen with 3:29 remaining in this 3rd period. Owen, being watched by a couple of Monarch players, is able to get it back out to center. Puck is moved right back in as Monarch here in on the forecheck. Coming back in is number 16, Sam Ziss. Ziss has been quiet this game. We haven't called his name that much, and he's the leading scorer here for this Monarch squad. Meanwhile, puck comes back over to Payos. Payos sized up at the blue line, makes that nifty move, and from his backhand drags it to the center slot area as he had Cooper Majewski right in front, and he couldn't get it off his stick. He would have had goal number 3. It would have been a hat trick for Payos. Meanwhile, Majewski with it. Cooper Majewski shakes off his man, puts a puck right in front as he was looking for Carter Charles. Here comes Monarch, but McCall stymies the advance, and back over to Kaiser. Kaiser in front of us, sends it back over to Charles. Charles, nifty little backhand feed over to McCall, and he winds. This shot gets deflected over into the near side corner, and nicely done by Majewski, but he overskates the puck. That's Cooper Majewski, and the puck is moved back out by Monarch up against the wall. Carter Charles is there, and he holds it up. Fekete is able to get a stick on it, and Monarch struggling to get it out. Little pass off the wall, and finally picked back up and centered. Back over to Piggott. Piggott, but a nice shoulder check by McCall.
That is a veteran play from the senior Jake McCall, stepping up into the play, making things happen, recognizing his time here with 2 minutes remaining.
And Carter Charles moves it back over to Price. Price with a man in the middle, Fekete, but the puck drifts past him. Fekete picks it back up, puts it softly into the corner. Vince Felt comes away with it, and with his back on his backhand, strides out. 1:41 remaining in the game. Here comes Felt. Felt gets past the red line, sends it back in. In comes Ruth. Ruth holds it up there for Morona. Morona gets tied up with his man, gets some help from Lloyd, and Fekete on the backside. Meanwhile, the 5-man pile up with 1:24 remaining as the puck squirts free. Lloyd one-hands it there. Lloyd with a little bit of help has it stripped off his stick, pokes it free, and chases it back down into the corner. Lloyd avoiding one. He's a one-man band there versus Felt.
Yeah, he's working extremely hard, and he's able to spring Walsh here on the left side.
Walsh centering feed looking for Price, but the puck was a little bit high in the breezers. Walsh chases it back down and wisely sends it back down to Valor's end with 1 minute remaining.
Ryder Price, a nice little play there, trying to conserve the clock, and Valor's able to jump up at the blue line here.
Majewski thought he would have a break. Puck is quickly moved over to the right-hand side where it's picked back up by Charles. And the bouncing puck right in front is gloved down by Harland.
That would have been salt in the wound for the Monarch Coyotes if that would have gone in. Takes a weird bounce off the back end on the right side of the offensive zone for the Valor Eagles, and just takes a weird bounce and jumps up right in front of the net where the goalie's able to glove it, fortunately for the Monarch team.
Glossinger off the face-off, and he tries to work it free. Puck is picked back up by McConnell as he hassles Street. Street is able to move it back over to the right-hand side, punched right back in by Owen.
That was an interesting little play as it went to Owen Walsh, or I believe so, number 7. Yes. He hits the puck back into the zone. It takes a strange bounce, but the puck is blown dead, I believe, off of an offside. Is that correct?
I believe so. So stepping in to take this one is Glossinger. He'll go up against MacArthur, and the battle for the puck comes back out to center, swept back in by Street with 22 seconds remaining. Valor controls the long pass. This is going to go for another icing.
This could potentially be the last face-off of the game, depending on what happens here. Time is dwindling down with 15.2 seconds in the third period. Valor with a commanding lead. It has been a good, solid performance from the Eagles. Monarch trying their best to hang in, but there has been too much solid play from Valor, and it has been a very, very good game for them all around.
So Tanner Freed will try and win it back to Ziss, and Ziss steps in. He's able to get a stick on it. It's gloved down, but not out. Held in by Street. Street puts it back down to Freed. Freed back off the wall. Punch pass over to the far side, and with 3 seconds remaining, and the puck is back over, and there's the whistle sounding as the puck ends up in front of Valor's bench. Final score, 4-0 Valor over Monarch in tonight's action. So your final thoughts here for this evening, Blake?
Absolutely. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, as a Valor alum, maybe I might have a bias. Who knows? Of course, playing for George Gwozdecki and this team not too long ago, you always love to see the boys in blue take a win. I thought overall it was a really solid performance from the Valor team. Monarch, historically and clearly now, is a great team, and it's fun to watch competitive hockey like this.
It is. So final score 4-0. Payos gets 2, an even strength and a power play goal, and Jack Majewski gets a power play goal, and your brother Logan Buchanan gets a power play goal.
Well, I'm sure I'll see him at home and give him a fist bump or something.
Anyway, final score. I'm Manny Furtado with Blake Buchanan. Thanks for watching us, and we appreciate you tuning in, all the Valor parents who have supported Shaw Hockey, bringing you these games and allowing us to do them. And we also welcome the Monarch fans who are watching this evening. So we hope that you'll tune in to our next broadcast. Again, Denver East next Friday, and it is Regis Raiders on Halloween night. What an action that's going to be. Final score 4-0. Manny Furtado signing off with Shaw Hockey and Blake Buchanan. Good night.
All right, this is Suzanne Shaw with Shaw Hockey Productions, standing here with Cooper Robinson of Valor. All right, Cooper, tell us a little about yourself and how long you've been playing with Valor.
I'm the Valor varsity goalie. This is my first year at Valor as a freshman, and yeah.
All right, awesome. And so I saw a post earlier today from your dad that posted about you doing amazing things and giving back. So can you tell us a little bit about that right now?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is it's a part of October Saves, which is a way for us to raise money for breast cancer awareness research. And a way you can get there is just go to octobersaves.org and then go to Find a Goalie, and you can look up a goalie and donate anywhere. You can donate to me or just any goalie there is. And it's a great way to donate to the research and help people in need.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds amazing. So, I mean, you're here. There's a lot of people going to be watching this game and hopefully re-watching this game. So, hopefully being able to donate to Mr. Cooper Robinson. And Cooper, why did you decide this charity? Why did you decide October Saves? What was behind this?
I decided to do this because when I was about 10 years old, one of my really good friends that I've been playing for with a long time, his mom was diagnosed with breast cancer and lost the battle in around June 2016. So I just think it's a really good cause because I have a connection to it through that, and that's why I'm doing it.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. So what grade are you in right now?
I'm a freshman, 9th grade.
Okay, you're only a freshman, and you're already giving back. It's your first year at Valor. You made the varsity team. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, very.
Awesome. Okay, so tell us the website one more time with your name so they can look you up as they're watching this and donate to Cooper's cause.
The website is octobersaves.org, and you can go to Find a Goalie and search up my name, Cooper Robinson, and donate there.
All right. So thank you very much, Cooper, and to all the Valor fans out there, go Eagles. All right, this is Suzanne Shaw with Shaw Hockey Productions standing here with Cooper Robinson of Valor. All right, Cooper, tell us a little about yourself and how long you've been playing with Valor.
I'm the Valor varsity goalie. This is my first year at Valor as a freshman, and yeah.
All right, awesome. And so I saw a post earlier today from your dad that posted about you doing amazing things and giving back. So can you tell us a little bit about that right now?
Yeah, so